Okay, so let's just talk about why. Why, Kirk? I mean, you was anti-monthly Photoshop, and I am still anti-monthly Photoshop. Maybe I'll be yearly Photoshop. You know, if I reason to myself, it was about every 2 to 3 years in the past that Photoshop would quite literally come out with a new version. And when they would come out with a new version, the price was $200 to $300. That was the going price for Photoshop. So it ranged to about $100 a year. You know, so if I really think about it, back in the day, I was paying $100 a year to use Photoshop. The difference was that, you know, I was paying in the form of upgrades. So that's how I'm looking at this. Every year, I'm probably going to buy another one of those Photoshop cards for $99 if they're still doing it that way. And just reason to myself that that's the going price. So that's where we at with all of this. So with that said, the reason I upgraded is because I bought that Fuji camera, the X Pro 2, and for raw conversion purposes, Photoshop fixed it, whatever you want to call it, to where I could not convert raw files via Photoshop 6, CS6. Now, there was a process whereby I could take the raw file, convert it to a DNG, then convert the DNG to a usable JPEG. But I was like, you know what? I'm sure there's a bit of a degrading that's going on there. It's kind of a slow, aggravating process. And I just can't imagine doing it that way. You know, so I'm not gonna do that. I found one of these cards, and so I bought it. And there's the reason I did it. So, I tell you one other reason. I think I told you guys that I got hired to go and do a job in New York. I think I made a video to that effect. I can't remember. Anyway, if I didn't, I got hired to do a job in New York. Go figure. You know how many photographers they passed up between New York and Houma, Louisiana to hire me to go do that job? Crazy talk. Anyway, but they flew me out there and put me up, and, you know, I was the old lighting guy, right? And anyway, it was kind of fun. But while I was there, they wanted to know if I knew how to do Photoshop. And I was like, well, of course. I'm like an expert, you know? Well, they open it up, and guess what? It's the latest version, CC 2017. And I was a little befuddled. I mean, I got through it, but I was a little befuddled because of the fact that, you know, there are some differences. And again, that's what I want to talk about over the next few days. So that was the other reason why I thought, my goodness, I'm touting, I'm bragging about being a Photoshop expert, and yet I don't know how to use the latest version of Photoshop. So that's the rest of the story. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.